if you're a Scorpio born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of May 2017? Let's tune in and find out. So Scorpio, I really feel like this month you can get what you want, right? You remind me of just the ability just to grab it and pull it in, right? So here's the thing about that though. You want to be careful in the way in which you grab for something or reach for something this month, as other people may be a little more sensitive and may not like the way in which you ask for something or the way in which you take it. They may perceive it as you being grabby or too authoritative, or they'll have a story about it. So to diminish that so that you can still get what you want and not have to deal with other people's crap, you just want to be a little more patient and really give it some space or some room so you can still get what you want without having to grab it or without having to take it, right? Or some people will say stealing, right? So maybe some people don't care about that, right? But it's just less friction that you have to deal with. So, my goal is always helping people get what they want with minimal fallout. So if you don't care about the fallout, then just take what the hell you want. But if then you have to deal with everybody else's stuff. If you want to be able to get what you want and have everybody else sort of be on board with it, it just requires a little more patience, a little more finesse on your part, a little more observant about, is now the right time or should I wait, right? And in doing so, you'll see that things will open up nicely for you more in the middle or towards the end of the month. So just don't get into any fear that you're not going to get what you want, but it's about really kind of pacing and following the energy and letting it open up as opposed to just grabbing what you want. When you grab what you want, also it can die because you squeeze it too quickly. Whether this means a relationship we're talking about, or whether it means that it's a job or a career move, if you move in too fast for the kill, you grab it too quick, you're likely to strangle it, and it's not going to be as fulfilling, or it won't reach its potential as if you kind of like let it play out and make your move more in the middle or the end of the month. All right. Okay, so now let's look at your personal relationships. For those of you that are in a committed romantic relationship, let's see what May has in store for you. So, this can also cross over into your relationship with your significant other, in that you could push too hard, too fast, too soon, and it might piss your partner off, right? So there's that. There's also the opportunity of the two of you kind of growing together, and I see it more like back to back, like you're really supporting each other and you're kind of doing your own thing and at the same time really connecting with your partner. So there is a real strength in feeling like your partner has your back and you have your partner's back. So that is really nice. You wanna gauge your directness around the new moon of Scorpio, right? There's a new moon in Scorpio on May 10th. And there's a lot of, not just in your sign, but just in the world at large, there's a heavy energy around that time, almost like a cloud hanging over the planet. So there's a heaviness, there's an extra heaviness, and, just saucy, people being spicy and, irritable, and there's a little more friction happening around that new moon. So you just want to be a little more chill. You want to be a little more constructive with the way in which you talk to your partner so that you don't have anything escalate unnecessarily. Because it may not be the way that you say it, it's just maybe the way that they hear it. And it's just around that time. So any other time you could say what you normally say and it wouldn't be a problem. But around that 10th, you could say what you normally say and boom, World War III. So we don't want that. So just be aware, a little more gentle around that time. Be a little more conscientious of how partner, what they're going through, if they're stressed or not. And likewise with you, if you're stressed or not, just be a little more chill. And this is for all signs, not just Scorpio. Now, for the remainder of the month with your loved one, there's a really nice growth and camaraderie and opening up, and and really achieving of dreams. So if you're looking to get pregnant, if you're looking to save money to buy a house, there's a birth that can happen for a new beginning. So whether that's a desire to conceive, whether it's a desire to, plan for a trip, or to move, or, a new level in your relationship with one another. This is a great time for new beginnings for the two of you to be able to plan it and begin to implement it from mid-month forward, right? So from May 15th on, you can have a lot of support in being able to really plant the seeds of the conversations that you and your partner want to have. And this can be about timing of a new family. It can be about timing of, if you're at that stage in life where maybe you're now becoming an empty nester and your children are off, and where you want to travel and go to Europe for a year, or you want to put your stuff in storage and rent a boat. It's kind of like planning and having fun with your partner, and this really starts to open up in May. So it's a really fun kind of energy. Okay, let's look and see, for those of you that are single, what's going to support you if you want to have a romantic relationship this month. So you really want to come from a creative standpoint this month in terms of your creativity, your how you see life, and really being open to having a partner in crime. And this means that the first couple of weeks in May, it's about letting go of the pain or the stigma, or even the judgment, the rose-colored glasses that you see the world through. Women are all like this, men are all like that. The people that I attract are always, like this. And it's about kind of removing that stigma so you don't have to have that drama anymore. So there's a lot of opportunity to emotionally heal early in May, to have fun. And this isn't like a heavy duty, like, oh my God, go to my therapist and, purge. This is a really, like, in an instant, like, it feels really light, and the potential to adjust is just this, for whatever reason, it could be something that you've heard for a decade, and the quarter finally drops the first week of May, and you go, wow. And it's like you've never heard it before, even though you've been hearing it for a decade. It's the first time it really sinks in. So there's a shift or a slight adjustment that can happen for you that really allows yourself to see the world differently and to be able to attract a new person in your life for long-term love. So I see some just shifts in the way in which you view the world happening in early May, which makes it possible for you to actually attract and be in a relationship at the middle, sorry, knocked over my microphone, at the middle or end of May. So you'll be much more graceful with this than I am in delivering the information, but it's very easy. I don't see it being as jarring or anything like that. Now, for those of you that have had trauma, here's the other thing. If it touches on trauma, there's an ability to be able to release that trauma in a safe setting so that you can move forward. So no matter what degree of challenges you had in a personal relationship, there is a softening that can happen in May so that you can actually achieve and receive new partnership, new energy for new partnership this month. And I like it really around more in like the third week in May, like between like around the 17th, the 20th, 21st, like in that sort of time frame, really feels like there's something that can blossom. And even if it's your own healing, it's going to open up so that you're more approachable and so that you can see somebody for really who they are and not from your past or your history about who you think they are, right? So this real softening and opening can happen. So it's really nice. All right, so let's move on to money for Scorpios, what you can expect for this month. Well, there's a lot of money. So there's enough money to go around. There may be some things that you've wanted money for, some specific situations that you may have to wait on it, or you have to wait until it comes back around. So it's almost like saying, okay, so I want to buy this, but my money's tied up over here, or I have to go through XYZ to get the money out of my money market or to get the money from my retirement, but the money is there, but it feels like you might have to go through some hurdles to get it. It could even be that you have decided that you want to buy a house and you have these commissions, but you have to go borrow against the commissions. So there's a little bit of jumping through the hoops to be able to get the money to what you need it for. But absolutely, I feel like the money is available and ready for you. And there's just a little bit of maneuvering to get that money into your hands so that you can put it to use in the way that you see fit. Here's the other thing. Scorpios are super intuitive, right? You're super, super intuitive. And don't let anybody talk you out of something. So you've got this really strong intuition. And if something comes up and you're like, wow, I am supposed to buy that, like there's just a knowing I'm supposed to sell this house and move into that house, or I know I'm supposed to get my kid into that college or into that school, and I know that the money will be there, I can use it against this or I can use it against that. There may be other people that will say, hey, that's really not wise. At the end of the day, you want to take your own counsel. You really want to listen to your own instinct. Providing this is mid-May on, I would say your instincts are going to be really clear and they're going to be less clouded. Around the May 3rd, up to May 3rd, Mercury is still retrograde, which means we still have problems with communication, with electronics, with signing contracts. There's this layer of film that we have to kind of like move through in order to really get to the truth. And then after May 3rd, it's going to take a little bit because of the other things that are going on in the universe. It's a little bit slower to be able to receive everything that we need to receive. So, but by the middle of May, all the communication should be lifted and cleared. So if there's this decision that you want to make around the money, if you wait and make it around the May 20th or May 25th, you're going to have real clarity. You're going to have, like, your heart's going to be relaxed. You're going to really see, this is what I need it for. It's going to make sense, and you won't have any problem unlocking it. Okay? So now let's look at your health for Scorpios. Well, I really feel like you're owning your power. Like this month, there's a real sense of, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, I don't have to apologize for how great I look, and there's just this real opening and honoring of your body, of your mind, of your spirit. And there feels a lot less anxiety. There feels like there's a lot less criticism towards yourself, because Scorpios can be really super hard on themselves, and they can be really, self-defeating. And you guys, you're really tough on yourself. You can be tough on others, but you're more tough on yourself. So I feel like you get a little reprieve this month, and it's kind of like, I don't look so bad, And so I feel like you're starting to feel a little bit better about yourself and about who you are in the world. And that's going to increase your productivity. It's also going to increase your personal power and your sexual energy and the way in which people perceive you. So it feels like there's this real opening for you to become more approachable and for you to feel safe, right? So that when people approach you, there's less suspicion. You feel actually like, okay, and your instincts will be really clear. So you'll know if somebody's getting too close to you for the wrong reasons. There'll be a real clarity. Again, by the end of the month, this real clarity and opportunity to kind of step in to who you are and what you want. Really good energy. I'm sorry, excuse me. All right. So moving into the unexpected for Scorpios. So let's see what that's about. Even when you're psychic, even when you're intuitive, there can be unexpected things that we were not anticipating. So for you this month, the unexpected things may be about the way that you respond. It feels more like, wow, I'm so shocked that I'm so calm, or wow, I'm so surprised that I'm really attracted to that kind of person, because that hasn't been my MO in the past, right? So it feels like there's this surprise energy at the way that you're manifesting things in your life. And whether that means you're going for a new job and you're interviewing and you nailed it in a completely different way than you had expected, or that, you didn't have to do anything and something showed up. It's this really nice, unexpected energy, and it's about the way in which you show up in the world. So there's this, feeling really good about myself. So I like it, and it's unexpected. And for some of you, it might be a little, unfamiliar. And for others, it may be like, well, it's about time I start to feel this way again. Or it's nice that, this is more consistent of how I am appearing in the world. So it's this nice, unexpected energy that is directed at you and the way that you're operating in the world. So that's really super healthy and really nice. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that needs to be shared with Scorpios here. Also, your creative energy is sort of off the charts, and really mid-month, like the crown of the head is really open. And I see you really being able to manage things and have life work very swiftly through you. And it's just working through that knowing, right? I know to do this, I know to say that, and it's very automatic. So with these ideas, make sure, because there's going to be a lot of them coming in very quickly, that you're writing them down, that you're jotting them down, and then make time for meditation. Make time to set aside time with the information that you have sort of gleaned through the day, because there's some pearls there's some wisdom there for you to implement in your daily life that is going to change your course just enough so you can really get what you want. So I like that a lot. So make sure you make the time and write down those little pearls of wisdom that come in, and then spend a little time in the creative space with them, because it's going to make this slight adjustment on your path that really makes all the difference between a little success to huge success. All right, Scorpios, have a terrific month. Thank you for watching my intuitive astrology. And if you like it, please feel free to comment below and to share with your friends. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.